Carolina with Greg T in the morning.
On 103.5 KTU.
It's 103.5 KTU. Carolina Bermudez with Greg T in the morning. And we have big time rush here. And I'm not even kidding you. Like, the entire building is buzzing because you guys are here.
We're so excited to be here.
Yeah, What's that like? What's it like when you go to a building and everybody's like going nuts for you guys?
It happens every time.
I was gonna say, they're used to it. You guys just had a show at Irving Plaza, right?
We did last night. It was a little fan event, so not a full-out show, but it was, I mean, it became a huge party, so we had a great time last night.
Yeah, it started as like an acoustic show, and then we're like, all right, let's play 12 more songs. And
it was
kept
essentially
it going.
a full show.
Well, it was, yeah. I guess, yeah, we were used to a little bit more, like going from Madison Square Garden, but Irving Plaza is great because you get to see everybody and really connect.
I guess the really big news is that you guys are getting ready to announce this massive summer tour, a second one after last year's being so successful.
That's right. Can't get enough.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to say to everybody, like, get ready because it's going to be bigger, it's going to be more electrifying, more lights. So you got to give us a little bit more. You can't just, like, dangle it out there. You know?
Well, we need to find out exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean, last year we didn't really know what we were going to, we had no idea what to expect, right? And then when it sold out, it was like, okay, this is actually going to work, right? And obviously, we had toured before, but this is kind of like, after 10 years coming back and touring again. We didn't want to, give everything.
Right.
So the set was cool. The lights were cool. We didn't have a lot of special effects. We kind of just, we're like testing the water. So I think this next year, we're going all out.
We wanted to keep room to grow, and now we have Max and Jax with us, so it's going to be even bigger.
Yeah.
And they're old-time friends, so it's going to be, we're going to have a great time.
Well, Jack's also from the area, so we love her. But, I feel like you guys were kind of giving us a glimpse into your comeback with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, because I was just like, wait a minute, big time rush? Like, what is going on? My niece went crazy. What was that experience like?
Cold?
Yeah, freezing.
Although it wasn't nearly as cold as the first time we did it.
Right.
10 or 11 years ago. Wow. I remember
like
that
20
being
degrees or something,
super chilly. So we were grateful. It wasn't too bad that day. And truly, it was really, really fun. You
had the high school bands on the side doing the band, and they see us on the float, and they start going, So it was a lot of fun to be around.
So now your fans have grown up with you. I mean, we're looking at a different age range, but we're also looking at adult women who are really just loving themselves, like the big time rush movement. Yeah. So how are you guys doing with that? Like, are you surprised by the response about the tour and everything?
I mean, yeah. I mean, how could you expect that years later we could get back together and people would be so excited? I mean, we had an idea because we did play really big shows. We had really successful tours back in the day, but time goes by and things change, and we didn't know how it would be. And
well,
here we are, and it's bigger than ever.
Yeah, we've grown, and our fans have grown with us, and I think it has been so special to us to kind of take this journey with them.
And let's be very clear, we welcome all cougars. All right, we don't discriminate. We love big cats, amazing animals.
But what do you think is happening right now? There's a lot of this resurgence from some of these, quote unquote boy bands from back then. All of a sudden, they're making like a resurgence, and people are like just flocking to see them. What is it about? In your own words, what do you think it is that we're searching for?
I think for a connection. I think people had a connection to these bands or these projects or whatever, and even though things change and time goes by, they just want to feel that connection again. I think that's really what it is.
And nothing like a pandemic to really make you appreciate
live
music and being around your favorite bands. And that was something that was really special, like something that was important to us to come back and really do that.
Yeah. And with us in particular, we also had a TV show that was a huge part of a lot of our fans' childhoods.
Right.
So there's that nostalgia of like, this was some of the best times of my life, some of the happiest memories. And what we want to do this second time around is give new happy memories, get new, and create that nostalgia for another 10 years down the line. And we want to always be that kind of beacon of light and positivity and fun for our
plain and
fans.
simple, we missed each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. But you know what you bring? I feel like everybody, it's the obvious question. Would you guys ever revisit like a reboot of some sort? Is that even on the agenda after the tour?
Never say never.
It's not on. That's not on the agenda.
Right.
It's always possible.
Well, I always loved that Snoop Dogg was actually his daughter was one of your biggest fans, and how he came on the show. And I said, oh my gosh, I have something in common with Big Time Rush. I smoked with Snoop too. Yeah. So it's like, my goodness. So, but what was it like having Snoop on the show? Like, was it just like a wild experience?
Well,
Short answer, yes.
it was an experience. He's great. We had so much fun, and we're so thankful to his daughter because she's the reason why he did it. But
And the video too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was all in.
But he's on Snoop Time, and a TV show, a TV set runs on a 12-hour day, and everything is blocked out by the minute. It's like this is how much time we have to do this scene, and when you're on Snoop Time, you sometimes show up 5 hours late, and we had no idea what to do because we had a whole day planned, and we kind of just like started waiting around, and Snoop showed up finally. Everybody was like, okay, great, he's here. He does his first take, and then he's like, I gotta go get my head straight.
Oh,
and we're like, what does this mean? And then he left again, and it was it was a learning experience, but it was so fun just to have such a legend on our show, and we were so lucky to have other people like that. I mean,
Right when he got there, he lit up the room, though. It was like
sure.
everybody forgot about how late he was and was like, wow, this is amazing. And he had the biggest order from Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles I think I've ever seen for lunch. That was his lunch
Well, and
meal.
a testament to how much fun he had, he was only 3 hours late the next day.
Well, look at that. Then he really wanted to be
It
there.
improved. It improved.
Well, speaking of legends too, Frosted Tips, it's a podcast by Lance Bass. He had AJ on from Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
and they were talking about like what Greg T was explaining, this whole like resurgence of boy bands and things like that. After this tour and after you guys see how it goes, would you ever join something like that where you guys could be on with, some of the guys from the Backstreet Boys, some of the guys from NSYNC?
It's like a generations tour.
Well, we've hung out with a lot of them already outside of doing work, and so they're a lot of fun. I mean, I'd love to be on the show personally, and then
Yeah, I mean, we've met those guys over the years. In fact, we just played Jingle Ball, and Backstreet was there.
Yes.
And in the same backstage hallway we're hanging out, Joey Fatone comes up and starts hanging out. Just like realized, like, wow, we have a lot of boy banders here.
There was almost too much boy band happening at that one time.
There could never be enough boy band, honestly. I feel like this is a perfect time, and I think that you really touched on it. People are looking for fun. They're looking for an escape, and I think that you guys are really bringing that back, especially seeing you on the Today Show and having you guys here. Now, we have your biggest fan in the studio.
Yes.
Her name is Ella Tindorf, and she wants to ask a question. So go ahead, Ella.
Okay, so I love my friends.
Come on, you're my
What?
daughter.
I'm
Up to the
sorry.
mic.
Okay. So
Already has a
Use
great
the
radio
mic.
voice, by the way. Let me just say that.
okay, so I love my friends a lot, but sometimes I need some free time for them. So what do you guys do on your free time?
You could have just asked that question, but I do love that you preface it that, like, the friends are cool, but, like, need a minute.
I love that.
We take some nice vacations, that's for sure.
Although we tend to vacation together too often. We spend way too much
And
time
sometimes
together.
we vacation together and work on the vacation, so that's funny. But taking time. These guys go to the gym a lot. I mean, I go to the gym a lot less. But we make time to have a nice meal, go to a place that we really want to eat. You can eat on the go, or you can be like, this is where I want to go.
Picking
take
adventures.
trips,
Taking a trip adventure is always a great thing. I'm talking to my friends about going and doing Mount Whitney again, which I haven't climbed since 2008. It's been a long time, so that's one thing we're planning for actually next
Yeah, when you
few
need a little
months.
free time, go climb a mountain.
Will do.
It's weird that, you guys had this massive popular TV show, right? And now all of a sudden, somebody like my daughter who, was not around for the first resurgence of, Big Time Rush, and now she's like into it tremendously. What does that do for you guys?
Well, it shows us that she has fantastic taste.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, you know what? What I love about our brand and our band is that it's very family friendly.
Right.
A lot of people, whether you're, a cougar like you were saying.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the cougar? Okay,
I
yes.
know.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Like you were saying.
how you were saying, like a cougar or but
Right.
it's a family show. Like everybody can come and have a great time, and I really love that about us.
Shout out Netflix.
Exactly. and even for like her and I, like, we can, bond about it. She could tell me an episode and I might sit there and say, oh my God, and then that happened. So it's something for us to even like talk about, which is, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're really proud of the show we made too. I mean, it was a kid's show. We shot it single camera, so a lot of work went into that. And even the jokes, some of my favorite compliments when we started were, dads coming up and going like, "Hey, gotta be honest, your show's not bad. I watch a lot of crap TV with my kids, and your show's not bad. You know,
Okay,
like best
all these
compliment.
dads are from New York, by the way.
That sounded like a New York
hey,
dad.
Compared to other things that you could be watching, it's innocent, it's fun, and you're right. It's about the family. I think, listen, to you guys. It's good stuff. It really is.
Thank you.
Well, I want to talk about the single, Can't Get Enough. We're going to play it here at KTU right after you guys leave. But
you. Love it.
I want to talk about the other music on the project. Have you guys finished it yet? Is it like done? Are we working with other artists? Can you tell me a little bit more?
A little bit of everything. I mean, we've been in the studio, and actually we've taken some good writing trips this year, and we have a lot of music, and now we're trying to figure out what to do with it.
Amazing.
And, we just chatted with Max and Jax last night, and there's definitely a consensus. We love to do some sort of like anthem for the tour, so hopefully we can get around to collaborating and doing that.
That's neat.
And is there any more reality TV on the way? I know you did, James, Celebrity Big Brother. What was that experience like?
It was interesting.
So you wouldn't do it again?
Yeah, no. But, I did Dancing with the Stars, and
gonna
that was
say,
fun.
what
I
about-
also
yeah.
wouldn't do it again.
Okay,
But
all right.
I'm glad that I did it in those moments. I look at opportunities like that as people would kill to have this in front of them, to do it. And so I'm glad that I did, but I don't want to do it again.
Gotcha.
It happens a lot in life, doesn't it? Yeah.
It
I'm
always
glad I
happens.
did it, but I won't do it again. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I think this has been great. I'm excited to have you guys here. I think Carolina's excited, the cougar of
Yes,
the show.
well, that's it. Yes, I'm sorry. Don't tell
You-
my kids.
You've been crowned the cougar. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. We are so excited to see you guys on tour. You guys announced it. We will absolutely have all of our KTU listeners there. They're going to be supporting you, and we will be supporting you here. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Carolina with Greg T in the morning.
On 103.5 KTU.